Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is January 11th, 2024, and we have a chart up because today is the new moon in Capricorn. It actually already happened. Here on the East Coast, it happened just before 7 a.m., 6:57 a.m. I was awake, but I wasn't out of bed. Um, So we have a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn, of course, is an archetype that deals with our ability to take responsibility for ourselves. It is an archetype of hard work, efficiency, practicality, pragmatism, and the energy of building that which has um, staying power. It is a sign ruled by the planet Saturn. And so as we look at this chart in front of us, we can see this is a chart for the US. It is erected for Washington, D.C. And we see this new moon in the first house of the United States. And the first house is the identity. And so this is an energy of perhaps a new identity, but Pluto is conjunct this new moon widely within, let's see, about 9 degrees. So it's still considered conjunct in Pluto terms. And there is a process of transformation because of that. The sun and moon are both balsamic to Pluto. And so this particular new moon in relationship to us as a country, perhaps, culturally, is a letting go of old ways of being an authority, or a transformation of that. The the nodes of the moon are exactly square this new moon. When you look at a chart with planets square the nodes, the only planet that really doesn't square the nodes per se, or have an issue being square to the nodes is the sun. And of course, the sun is part of the new moon combination here. The moon is square the nodes and very tightly. The resolution node for that moon is the south node, which is asking us to renegotiate our contracts. And in this chart, because we're just looking at the United States here, and I'll talk about this stuff personally for all of us as well. Um, the relationships in the ninth house are our relationships with foreign places. Also, our relationship to justice. Um, this is the ninth house is often connected to the Supreme Court. So there perhaps is some changes going on in there through this new moon cycle. And of course, new moon cycles last about a month, right? Between now and the next new moon. This is the last new moon of the year of the rabbit. The next new moon, which we have, which will be an Aquarius new moon, is the start of the year of the wood dragon, which starts right after that new moon. So in Chinese astrology, there's a shift here. The vibration of this day is a 20/2. Many of the new moons this year have the vibration of 20/2. And the 20/2 is the judgment card, which is an awakening. And we can see the little, what that red thing is there. If you're wondering, is an alarm clock. And it's reminding us that it's time to wake up, and wake up to the fact that we're not just, people on the ground here doing our thing, but we also have connection to spirit. And if we can transcend our egos, we can move into a more aligned state with spirit and co-create a different kind of reality than the reality we see. Of course, Capricorn is associated with reality because it's Saturn ruled, and we have Saturn in Pisces, and Pisces is the least solid of energies for Pisces to move, for Saturn to move through. There's a certain amount of endings when Saturn moves through Pisces, and a lot of karmic stuff that comes up that maybe we thought we had dealt with. But it's sort of a sweeping out, or power washing out really of that 12th house energy, the house of our self-undoing. So we we have a lot of lessons ahead of us, but we also have a lot of opportunities ahead of us. Um, the North Node is at 2012, 20 minutes, 20 degrees, 12 minutes of Aries, which is just a few minutes away from the Chiron of the United States. So the North Node is on the Chiron of the United States, and the Chiron of the United States at 21 degrees of Aries. Sabian symbol for 21 degrees of Aries is a pugilist enters the ring. This is about having to sort of fight for your rights to move forward in life. But it is a wound for the United States, and of course, Aries is also connected to gun violence, so we definitely can see that. Not that that's something that this new moon is going to instigate, or, but it could be highlighted, or there may be an incident. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there is. There's one every day, right? So this is a pretty powerful chart. And for us personally, this is an opportunity to take responsibility for ourselves, to renegotiate those relationships that where perhaps we have given our power away, or those relationships where we haven't allowed equality that would actually bring us more stability and a more sense of power. When I say power, I mean inner power. And if you don't have inner power, when you try to express outer power, it comes out distorted, as we can see in somebody like Donald Trump. But when you feel sure of yourself in your own heart, you lead and you have power from deep within. And that's the kind of power that can sustain you and can sustain us. The Sabian symbol for this new moon is a relay race, the value of cooperation and developing group consciousness. Wherever this symbol appears, it emphasizes the value of group cooperation and of a necessary give and take. And so really this is asking us not necessarily to take sides, but to build bridges within our own groups first, um, and then move on to those perhaps who don't necessarily align with us. There's always something that we have in common with other people, and we need to, I think, highlight that as well. All right, well, that's the story, Morning Glories. No outside this morning, but I will. It's actually kind of a nice day, but it's a little chilly, sunny. Well, not yet. The sun hasn't quite come up all the way, but I'll show you outside tomorrow. Until then, have yourself a wonderful new moon, wonderful opportunity to both take responsibility for yourself and become a captain of your own ship. All right, guys, take care. Much love. Namaste.